Hi, and welcome to Android Coliseum Hangout 134. It is September 30th, 2015. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Let me know we're not suffering from humongous lag. We'll do the traditional weather check across Canada. Starting easternmost, Siobhan, how is it out there?
It actually got cold overnight. It's like one day summer, one day fall. So,
welcome to Alberta weather.
Yep.
Yeah, freezing.
How about you, Martin?
It's not too bad. I mean, it's still about 17, 18 degrees outside for today. And probably should be getting to about 4 degrees tonight. So.
Ryan?
Yeah, I woke up this morning and I'm like, that's not just condensation on the car. It took a few more minutes for it to clear off, like slightly little ice particles in the car. And I was like, oh no. But yeah, like Simon said, he kind of woke up and next thing you know, there's leaves on the ground, and I had to make sure the windows in the basement were all closed up because it was letting some cool air. And so yeah, who knew? Canada.
Winter is
Tell me
coming.
about it.
Winter
How's
is
it
coming.
How is it in Winnipeg, Rob?
Yeah, it was pretty cold here too. We had about down to -1 when I woke up.
Ouch.
We had to turn off the air conditioning and turn the heat on when it stopped. That was pretty funny.
It isn't Canada until you can go from AC to heater in the same day.
Yeah.
Less than
Right.
24 hours. Yeah.
Well, and here in Alberta, we just happen to be on the right side of the jet stream. So, well, where I am, it was 9 this morning, 21 this afternoon. So I finally got to go outside in the backyard without a jacket on for the first time in a couple weeks. So I'm happy.
Yeah, that's going to be us tomorrow.
In summer.
That's going to be us probably next week.
Yeah. Well, we're supposed to be cold by the weekend, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well. As you guys said, weather in Canada. Well, let's move on to the Google event. That was a big thing this week, and we were all talking about how excited we felt about it. So, Ryan, why don't you kick off the discussion?
Okay, I mean, I don't know if I want to maybe go right into it. I mean, I don't know if we need almost like a primer on this. I mean, because we were talking just before the event, or before the show here today, talking about how, I mean, there's a bit of almost of an ennui that's hitting the Android community. At least I'm finding it a little bit. The fact that especially these events that are coming up, and you watch them and you go, It's as much as we made fun of like iOS and Apple and stuff like that, their events coming up, and they're like, that wasn't that exciting, guys. It was pretty lame. At the same time, the reason why because of these events, because of, I mean, we hear about everything just before the event, and yes, Samsung has some lame events that they do weird things at sometimes, and I mean, LG really needs to step up their game and have some excitement when they talk about their products, or HTC, which we'll talk about later, is having an event on October 20th. Hopefully they do something. I got to have some razzmatazz to it. I mean, aside from the fact that I think as a community as a whole, we don't want surprise of Christmas. We've lost that love of the surprise, and we have devoured every rumor and leak and spec feature and render, so that when the event actually comes across, there's nothing to really be talked about. Like, to be honest with you, there really wasn't much that they talked about that I really couldn't get it. Like, it was like, okay, that's kind of what this guy said. That's kind of what that guy said. So I don't know. Anyways, so let's go on. So first off, we heard about the 5X and the 6P. The 5X, as we know, is the Nexus 5, but a newer version, the X to add in the Nexus name to it. That's where it gets its X from. And then the Nexus, which was made by LG, which is like the Nexus 5, and the Nexus 6P, which is made by a new incumbent, the Huawei, which is a new ad there. So, 5.2 inches at 1080p, or 5.7 inches at Quad HD, and you have some varying specs in between. So, I mean, we will do a quick little run around. Of the two devices, which are you more excited for?
The 6P for me.
I'm 6P.
And more of the 5X, but I kind of like the smaller form factor.
Okay.
I just don't like this bar, the black bar for the camera.
For the
I
six.
just can't get
Doesn't
used
bother
to
me.
it.
For the 6P. Now you realize
Not a big fan of the design.
So you realize why they went with that black bar, right?
There's a function to it.
There's a function to it. It's a design thing because it's actually used as a piece of glass in that black bar. And if you ever take apart your phones, you'll notice that usually your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi and your cellular radio are usually up there. And so that actually allows to have glass versus having plastic or metal behind it to transmit better. Now, that may just be a reason that they're saying out, and they're just... I'm not exactly super sold on it, especially the bump on the 5X looks a little out of place. It reminds me of remember the HTC One X? Had that sort of like pimple on the back of the phone, right? But again, the thing is, and Martin, you touched on this before we started talking about how, well, we can't really be that excited about the specs because you really can't make these major jumps in specs anymore. But
No, it's all about going to be the features and the software that actually brings everything together.
Right, and we talked about this when the G4 came out. We really couldn't go, oh wow, like if there was some things that went like, holy crap, that actually is a bigger spec. But I think we really have to really start thinking about how these are being used. I think some of the two features I really liked about the 5X and the 6P that were really underplayed, and that it reminds me very much of the HTC One when it first came out, the M7, when they were talking about the ultra pixels. It was a 2-micron pixel, right? A standard camera on our phones are using about 1.2, 1.1. These are using 1.5 micron pixels, 1.55 micron pixels. So these are larger pixels. So people automatically look at it and say, well, it's only 12.3 megapixels. Yes, that's true, but these are better. You can't take I can take my Canon, what do I have here? This is a 10 megapixel, little camera, and you can compare it to my wedding shots, which were done on a 6 megapixel back in the day. And I can take that 6 megapixel, blow up a nice 16 by 20, and it's gorgeous because it's a bigger sensor, better glass, etc. And I think this is people are missing out some of those features that these phones are coming with, and to not be so excited. The other one I really liked was the idea of the sensor hub and how it ties into their DOS feature. Like those things, like they're talking about, like especially when you talked about how DOS can increase battery consumption or efficiency by up to 30% overnight. So over time, so that's those times when you left your phone over, like, and you didn't charge it before you went to bed. And you're like, oh, I woke up and it's only got 20%. Now I got to charge it up before I go to work. It won't be as bad this time. Anyway, so that's a lot of the stuff from the 5X and 6P. Not exactly super excited. The 5X is now pre-orderable in Canada.
Yep.
Like, coming soon. Well, soon meant the next day. So, Mark Lestuka, if you're listening, it was imminent. He didn't mean to say soon. They meant to say imminent.
Imminent is 7 years. So, it was more than imminent.
A little inside joke for those who've been following for a while. We saw Chromecast and the Chromecast Audio, which I thought was pretty cool. The Chromecast needed an upgrade of some sort. It brought that in. I don't quite get why they came in different colors because, again, it's going to be behind your TV. You'll never see it. But either or, if you buy 3 or 4 of them and one for each TV in the house, you might want to remember, oh, yeah, this is the upstairs. I don't know why. The Chromecast, the Cast Audio one, I'm a little confused on, just because there's so many of those Bluetooth receiver transmitter thingies. You ever seen those? I remember whether it was like Jambox or was it the little rock thingy? Their little Rocky or whatever they were called, and so same idea. I guess because it is a little more intelligent than a standard Bluetooth device, because you could be able to, different people could pick up on that Chromecast thing and say, oh, what are you listening to? Oh, it'll show up on Spotify or show up on YouTube, or what are you listening to? So you could share that, where you can't do that with the normal thing, right? So
plus, I think people might like the Chromecast Audio for using Wi-Fi as opposed to Bluetooth, right?
Yeah,
Save a little bit on juice.
And like the other thing is, like, if you have a really nice stereo, like I have a nice old stereo that isn't going to connect to any computer-ish things whatsoever.
What's the price of the audio one?
They are $35 each American. I can't remember. I don't know if I've ever seen them on the Google Play Store yet. But the Canadian version, I'm not sure.
So the prices are pretty decent then.
Yeah, Like 35 bucks.
$6 more for the Chromecast in Canada here, because I know our friend Jace, I think he already bought one, and I believe he paid $6 more than. So it's like 41, I think is what it cost him.
That's
41
not
bucks.
bad. We're
Yeah,
getting a deal.
Which
Oh, yeah,
when
it's
the
still
Chrome,
steep.
yeah, when the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy version, the first original one, the HGG, whatever it was, 42 came out, it was 39 bucks. So this is, still a pretty good deal. You gotta like that. You can't bother having that. Anyways, what else we want to talk about? So I'm just bringing my notes up. Where did I put all my notes?
Man, shopping at the store. So it's $45 for a Chromecast in lemon coral or black. And it is, I do not like what they've done with the store. It's really
you can't
annoying.
click to bring up another page or whatever.
Yeah, like it's hard to get the information quickly.
I'll look up
That's,
the audio.
that's on the Canadian store?
Yeah,
Yep.
I am only on the Canadian store. So, and $45 for Chromecast audio. So, still not a bad price.
Yeah. And again, pretty cool.
$10 more than the last version, so.
Yeah.
It's just funny because every time I see them talk about the Chromecast audio and the examples they show off, they show some sort of little portable speaker like from Bose or whatever, and I'm kind of sitting there, I'm like, well, usually all these portable speakers have Bluetooth anyway, so just
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, that's
Onward.
that. Onward and upwards. The other devices, other things that came out, we talked about. I'm trying to find my.
That's why the Chromecast app as well has been updated and it is much better.
Right.
So that's
Right.
one more little thing to not forget
Yeah,
about.
I like the idea how they did that. The what's on now, and so if you had certain apps that have different streaming things.
Yeah,
going on,
it's pulled up whatever I've got here on my
it's
phone.
Chromecastable, right? So.
Yeah. I suppose Google Photos should show up in here too as soon as I update that. Yeah, I know. It's so nice to have that back.
Speaking of Chromecastable things, one thing they talked about, the other thing was kind of neat, was Google Play Music getting a family subscription. So up to 6 devices or 6 accounts for $15, which is pretty cool. I mean, I like that idea. I'm really hoping that means that they're going to get away with the device number restriction, because that whole debacle, you can only have up to 10 devices for one account, and you can only remove, because whenever I review a device, I make sure not to plug it into my Google Play Music, because I don't want to take a space on it.
And this is going to be fun for a lot of people that are actually have multiple users in the family. I mean, one price for everybody. Problem I find is I can't get any of the content I'm looking for on any of those services, and this is why it bothers me. So I'm like, okay, so I cancel my subscription. So
you can't find what?
I can't find most of what I listen to on any of these services.
I see.
Mm.
Yeah. You're an exception to the case, right?
But early on, they did have most of the content I was listening to. It just suddenly disappeared. It's gone. Nothing.
Must have been agreements.
It could be. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, well, let's move on to the BlackBerry Venice, renamed.
Prive, pick your pick.
The BlackBerry Venice renamed after the interestingly horrible video announcement. So I still don't know how to pronounce the name of the device.
It's
What do you
Priv.
guys think?
Do you say Prive?
He said Priv.
Priv.
Probably Priv for privacy,
Well, he said private.
which is a British version
Priv-
pronunciation.
It's for privilege and for privacy.
Right.
And for Craig. Huh. Okay, so what do you guys think now that it's official?
Name is stupid. Channel is embarrassing, and I have a nice letter on my own blog that you guys can read.
Yeah. I like
Yes,
that.
I did read it.
But I still hope and pray and I believe in you, BlackBerry, that phone's actually going to be pretty wicked. I'm still going to be looking for that when that comes out to get my hands on that thing and give it a try.
I'm actually excited about that one.
Yeah. After having spent a weekend in
BlackBerry.
Toronto, and talking to a lot of people from the Waterloo, Queens area, so that, and there are a lot of the innovation tech hub people were talking. And it's funny because nobody mentioned it whatsoever, and I kind of wanted to pick brains and see who's seen it and played with it, right? Because I imagine somebody has. But you can definitely tell, like they were talking about how that area has slipped with the tech hub, the way they measure it, and I think it definitely it could use this win, and and just, we've talked about it a lot. There's still people out there who want that keyboard, right? Who need that keyboard, and Martin will tell you people that work at the government offices need to have BlackBerry, right? So. Maybe this will be a nice bridge.
There are hardcore people that will use the physical keyboard, although a software keyboard is still much faster than the actual hardware keyboard. I mean,
for me, yeah.
Same thing here.
For many people.
I mean, I can use both, but it's still much faster if I use a swiping keyboard. I mean, I can type an entire document with paragraphs, bolding, italic, strike through, all through the phone faster than I can do it on a BlackBerry or on the computer.
And it's funny because like
better than I am.
I'll have that argument with my brother at the same time, right? Because he has a Q30, I think it was. That's a just terrible device, right? But he'll like, oh, look how fast, and like I'm like, no, here, try my swiping, and he'll be like, it's so slow, and I'm like, well, because you're not used to it. You got to get used to it.
And you're not swiping, you're tapping.
Well, if you remember on the old pilots, right, you had to tap letter by letter or do the graffiti, right? And you got much faster being able to do the graffiti than I was doing the tapping. Yep, so it's just you got to train yourself the same way, right?
And the way in SwiftKey learns your graffiti swiping ability and how you do it, so it knows exactly your pattern. So over time, it becomes almost instantaneous. It doesn't matter if you go through the letters or not; it just works.
Oh, he's got a comment.
I know.
I got a comment. It's about choice, guys. Just don't forget about that. It's about choice. There's the guys that want their keyboards back, and after years since the Galaxy Nexus, sometimes still can't get swiping to feel quite as right, or you want to do something with one hand, or you're typing an odd character and it tells you 3 different things, and you hit backspace and other kind of shit happens, and you want to go. Then sometimes you just want that physical keyboard back where you used to go like this. What was that, dear? Okay, and you're still typing the same thing, and I can do that. I could do that with my old BlackBerry Bold. So, and there's dozens and hundreds of people that want that. So it's the choice thing, right? They want
Oh, and I totally get it. And I'm just
this device, and everyone else can keep their touch screens.
Totally.
Yeah, and I totally get it. I absolutely get it. Because again, I'm more about the fact that this is for you. This is that you now have a device. I now have. I can
so as long as the rest of it doesn't suck, but yes.
Yeah, but I can now say my brother, because my brother is now kind of like, okay, I think I'm done with BlackBerry. This is, it's dying. Like his phone contract's almost up, so he's like, I think I'm about ready to go and plunge for an Android. What should I get? What should I get? And I'm just like, actually, Nolan.
A BlackBerry.
Wait, like January, February. I hope he doesn't do one of those like the Z series when it was like, oh, definitely quarter 2 of 2012.
Yeah.
I mean quarter 1 of 2013. I mean, it's.
That is why I left BlackBerry before. Was they kept doing that to me? Oh, BB10's going to happen to this. Oh, yeah, your BlackBerry, your playbook will get BlackBerry 10. Don't worry. Oh, what's a BlackBerry playbook? We never made that.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Oh, that playbook.
So anyway, it's all about the fact there's a choice now, and definitely it'll work definitely for the people that want it, and I hope it does, flourish, because as we've been talking about HTC, I really hate to see any OEM struggle, because once you remove a player from the market, it really creates that vacuum that again, as Android always said, it's be together, not the same. Exactly that, right? The more choice we have out there, the more options, the more we can be exactly what we want our phones to be.
Plus, we want BlackBerry.
Although I think that right now it's getting to be a lot of the same. Like BlackBerry is doing something different in terms of having a slide-out keyboard. Oppo does different things by having that camera that turns and stuff like that. Most of the other manufacturers and OEMs are really version of a big slab. So, we really do need some innovation on things.
That's true. Something a little bit outside of the box.
Yeah, something outside of the box.
It really separates one manufacturer from the other. Like, Samsung is a really good camera sensor company. You know, HTC is a really good speaker making company, stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to have somebody. Everybody has something that they come to the table with, right? So.
Mm-hmm. You just have to decide what's up for you. Well, let's move on. With the Nexus, with the last Google event, of course, that means Marshmallow is starting to come out for everybody.
It will be my only
Nexus
reason
device
to
here.
touch my Nexus 7.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, me too.
no, not for everybody.
actually
Just for the
excited.
Nexus devices.
I have to
Well,
admit
yeah.
that I really don't like Lollipop, so I'm super excited about a new OS on my Nexus 7.
Now, do you have a 2012 or 2013?
2013.
Me too.
Because they didn't say whether or not just the 2013 model will get.
Yeah, I think only two.
I think it's
Because
Yeah, I
2013
can't
was
see
on
the
Android too.
2012 getting it. That's
I can't
getting
see
old.
it, but they didn't say specifically the 2013 would only
They
get.
kind of ignore that slow brother of.
Yeah, I know, but it's one of those things like. So if they are saying both for Nexus 7, then by rights the Nexus 4 should get it. I would.
Is the Nexus 10 getting it? Because
Good question. I don't think so. They
the
didn't
first
say that,
Nexus
right?
7 came out at the same time as the Nexus 10
That's right.
and then the Nexus 4, and I haven't heard anything
But
about
remember the
the
Nexus
10 getting
10.
updated.
The Nexus 10 there was a big issue because they used a different chipset, right? It was a different chipset than the other.
The announcement was for 5, 6, 7, and 9.
Yeah.
There you go.
10's going to be
So
that
not 4,
not 4, not 7, 2012, not 10.
correct. And that makes sense because Google, everybody has committed to updating for 18 months, and going back to the 4 and 2012 would be far outside of that window at this point.
Just saying, it's possible.
No, just saying.
So I'll be happy to see Marshmallow on my phone in a year and a half from now.
Yeah.
Or the carrier. By the time the OEMs gave it to the carriers, and yeah, I'm actually kind of interested to see. I didn't look up the video for it, but I remember Samsung recently leaked out a video of what their devices might look like on Marshmallow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like the guy in the video. He kept saying Marshmallow. Is it just me?
I know. I wanted to say it.
Marshmallow.
Why was he saying it so weird?
I'm
I
like-
couldn't get over it. The whole event.
It's like
I was
cool.
watching it at home. I felt like a traitor because I watched it on my Apple TV. But I put it in the living room and the kids were watching with me. They were excited. And the guy kept saying marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
And that's not even a weird Canadian way of saying marshmallow.
So, I don't know. I found it weird, but what was I going to go with that? I can't remember now. Anyways. Yeah, it's Marshmallow, right?
Marshmallow.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that rolls out. Like I would really expect Samsung to have it out
Right, yeah.
in the first quarter next year for sure, if not fourth quarter this year, because they're usually pretty on top of things.
Yeah, and I want to say it was a race between Samsung and LG in terms of who got it first. It was pretty close. And it was around the January time that they got them, right? But I was going to say about Samsung getting Marshmallow, because of the physical key, how is that you going to do Google on tap?
Maybe a double tap on the key. Who knows?
Yeah, something. I was just
They
like,
always manage.
oh, there's some way. I'm like, oh no. So I'm trying to think how you would do that. I was like, no, I could hold. No, I can see the voice. No.
If you hold, it gives you Google Now as it is.
Oh, did it? Okay. Was it double click or did a triple click that brings up S voice? One that brings up unless I stop doing that.
Doesn't do anything on mine.
Oh,
Double click doesn't do anything.
I haven't
on
used
mine,
a
so.
device like I use my Note 8 periodically, but anyways.
Yeah, but no, I think it would just be they'd find something.
Or something. Yeah, find some way to make it implement it.
Yep. So that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think of it when you get out of it. Yeah, the Xperia 2 will get it. We'll see whether my Z3C gets it.
Yep, Z2, Z3, and above, they're all going to get it. It's going to be the last version upgrade I'm going to be getting for mine, because obviously the Z2 is the end of life is at the end of October.
Mm-hmm.
They also said HTC just announced too. I think it was the M8 and M9, the E8i or whatever. But in terms of Canadian models, the M8 and M9 we're going to get it. The G4. I mean, there hasn't been an official word. A lot of these things really haven't been official, but they're going to be out there.
But the G4 is brand new, so...
Yeah, it'll get it. It'll get it.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think so.
I would think the G3 would get it as well.
G3, I would hope would get it. So I mean, that would definitely put it within the 18 months.
When was the G3 released?
Was it wasn't it?
It was like July, August of last year.
Then yeah, it's gonna get it.
So it should get it. Even if you go into January, February, it should be able to be within the 18 months get.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the update cycle is like for everybody. We'll have to post because we all have different manufacturers, right? Like I have Sony.
Well, you have Sony.
And the Z2 and Z3 and the Z2 and Z3 releases are all pretty much the same. They're launched almost at the same time.
Yeah, except I have the C, so that's probably like the step brother that belongs in the chimney or something.
The redheaded stepchild of the family.
Siobhan, you had a question. So
yeah,
what
so
are the most...
Basically, the new features.
The new features. What are you excited about?
Marshmallow.
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 For me, it's permission control.
Yeah, it's runtime. There's runtime permission, right?
But I had that already on Color OS. Oppo had it already for the last year. That each app, you can give the permission when you open the app.
Yes, but officially not available from Google. Officially until Marshmallow.
Right. What else?
I like is as I'm saying, battery.
Yep.
I'm gonna like the battery management. I'm gonna love that doze feature.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna use to know that hey, it's I've been not moving for a couple times. I'm sitting in Ryan's pocket. I'm actually on the DAS thing, and now we go into a low power usage, and it's gonna learn even what apps to prioritize based on your usage, right? They were saying how so if he doesn't really check Skype really ever all that often, we're not gonna put it high in the priority scale. It's gonna go down.
So
but Gmail, Google Plus, right?
Yeah.
So in terms of again, just it's becoming smarter and smarter. My favorite feature is going to be Google on Tap. That's going to be the coolest thing.
Yeah, that was cool too. I'm excited for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking forward to. A lot of these things, like you say, Siobhan, like if you have the right OEM, they already have a lot of these features. And
right.
Even the battery,
this
isn't new.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out and how all the different OEMs implement it. I think we're coming to the end of our time. We have a bunch of reviews.
We just want to mention the HTC event on October 20th.
Oh, I thought you did already.
Yeah, we kind of did already. Just reminded people about that.
Yep, and we'll be watching that.
Yep.
So reviews. MPAL. They sent a buckler. So wave these things around.
So we got a little Bluetooth speaker. It's gonna it comes with a little carabiner, so you can hang it and dangle it, and it has a little suction cuppy, so you can put it, I guess, in the shower because it's waterproof. They say, with a Bluetooth speaker. So I just got it today. Gonna play with it.
All right, and how Easy Talk.
Yes. So a little Bluetooth earpiece, but I was just making fun of it before the show, going, "Who really uses an earpiece anymore? Do you guys really use an earpiece? Like, come on." Maybe in the car, the odd occasion, but I just opened up the package. I'm like, wait a minute, there is this weird-looking extra headset piece that you can plug in and put it around, and you got headphones.
Aha.
That's pretty cool.
So we
check
shall
this out.
see. The Moto X Play you have.
Yes, I have the review. I'm working on it right now, so I should have it done by tomorrow morning. I have to go back soon, so that'll be done soon.
ZTE Grand X View.
And this is a wicked tablet. I have to say, I took it on my trip with me. Cool.
Yeah, you like it?
Review by next week on this one. It's got some weird quirks that are just quirky, but I like it. Durable, heavy, stable, solid, all those
Interesting.
kind of adjectives.
And then I got from Air Miles a Panasonic home monitoring and control kit. And it works through your Wi-Fi router, and it does have an Android app. So I will be saying how I found the setup. It says easy, and the app.
You should make Fred do it, and now we'll see how really easy it is.
Well, it usually does end up being both of us because one of us stands there and goes, what? But
Someone's
we are a good
always the
team for
foreman.
putting stuff together. We're still trying to decide where we want to put the sensors and everything, but it is a monitoring kit without attachment to a security system. A lot of people are interested in that, so we'll put up a review of that. I mean, if Ryan can review TVs,
Give it a try. And because it has the Android app, though, that's the reason why.
it does have an Android
So we'll
app.
see all that cool stuff. And then just
Absolutely.
a teaser. Ooh, what's this? One Ring, True Them All. Tomorrow, you'll hear all about this as well.
Okay, so let's everybody say good night.
All right, take care, guys.
No.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.